Hey everybody, welcome back to Tin Plated. I'm Rowan, this is Stellaris, and the Lovebots need minerals. Also, we have a slight poop overgrowth, but that's only a temporary problem. Pretty easy to overcome. Just need a few more minerals. Just spreading, expanding, developing. Nothing special. Right now, we're just trying to do the slower paced, duller. I just wanted to get a drill bot built in advance for that. And then I'll just get a spark bot going on that. But I wanted the minerals more, which is why I did that. We're in sort of the slower growth and expansion phase. All we can really do at this point is wait patiently. Hopefully the little critter doesn't start spreading before I can get... Oh well. So what we'll have to do is, as soon as we can, we'll clear out some space on Duravius and move the Beloved to those spots. Ultimately, while it feels kind of like, a bit of a waste, it's really not, because if I couldn't build the bot in time, then I couldn't have taken use of it anyway, so I may as well get something out of it. They're cheap to move. I'm still full on influence, though. That's a problem that's probably not going to change anytime soon, but we can upgrade that mine, and probably end up doing that as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and move this person over, so that we're reducing our energy output but increasing our minerals a little bit, because the minerals are more important. Oh, if we could learn some new edicts, that would be helpful. So I managed to get back to recording Dark Souls again. I'm sure many of you will be delighted. I don't know how many of you is, because judging by the view count, there's like 3 or 4 people watching. Hi, 3 or 4 people.
Anomaly found.
On the surface of B1R-K14, not stroke. I looked it up. I was wrong. Sits what appears to be a large machine of unknown origin and purpose. We're going to research it. In all honesty, since there's only a few of you watching, if you'd rather watch something else, I'll just spend my time recording something else. Wanted to give it a shot. But that's okay. You let me know. If any of you care, well, I will do a 50-part series for one person if I have to. Mostly because I like playing this game, and this is what I was going to do anyway, so I may as well record it. And since the game audio isn't that important on this, if it gets lost, like I did with the frickin' Dark Souls 3 with the... Further scans suggest the machine is still operational, though its purpose remains entirely unclear. Science Officer Helperbot G3 has never seen anything like it. Some of its materials look familiar, but most are strange and utterly alien as the design of its components. The machine has what appears to be a console, with one item in particular standing out. A large, crooked lever of unknown material. Well, we can get minerals, but... Pull the lever! How could I not? It is unclear what happened when the machine's lever was pulled. Its console flickered, powerful vibrations could be felt, and then a wave of energy surged from the machine, expanding outwards into deep space. The scientists close by felt this wave push past them, but experienced no other sensory evidence of its passing. Science Officer Helperbot G3 is unsure what to make of it. The machine itself returned to its inactive state immediately thereafter and no longer returns any energy readings. Interesting. So, I can either get a boost to physics and some immediate experience, or I can get an immediate... Where's this at? Scientific Module 3. That's... This one down here? Oh yeah, we're never going to claim that. Take that apart! So now that we pulled whatever that lever was... That's going to go fine, right? Right? Nothing bad will happen as a consequence of that. I actually don't know. I don't think I've had that event before. An enormous spike in energy... Oh, well. In energy readings from a nearby solar system has been observed. Our scientists are worried about what could have caused such a prodigious energy pulse. The common hypothesis appears to be that a supernova or, though unlikely, a tear in the very fabric of space-time, such as a wormhole. Science Officer Helperbot G3 pointed out that this curiously occurred soon after the activation of the strange machine found on B1R-K14. We should make haste to explore nearby systems such as Rippigaur. Oh. Well then yes, we should. Where is that one? Well, I don't know which system Rippigaur is, so... Thanks for the hint! I guess.
Anomaly found.
Another one. The material composition of this asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. It likely has a different origin from the other bodies of this asteroid belt and should be investigated more closely. We're going to research it because that's what we do. Okay, so our bot's almost done here. Our bot's almost done here.
Construction complete.
Racking up the bots. Racking up the poop people. Poop peeps. Pooty people in the house. I'm amused. Inexplicable optical phenomena play across the surface of Kront 6A, clearly visible from space. Gosh, I can't see. We're going to research it. Although it is difficult to accept, all indications point toward asteroid JX4-140 being a coprolite. A piece of fossilized feces from some kind of massive life form. It appears to be almost 1 billion years old, and much of the fossil's original organic composition has been replaced by mineral deposits. Our scientists are baffled as to what kind of creature could have produced something like this. Remarkable. A coprolite asteroid. Truly, those are the kin of the beloved. Floating in space. Do you guys have any intention of not hating me anytime soon? Okay, so we've got the best that we can get here. Their trust isn't going to change because it's just going to sit here. Their opinion isn't going to get any better. So we're going to have to try to bribe into their good graces. Now maybe if we offer them... Probably not that. Let's see what we can get out of just offering them an active sensor link. So that's 5. Let's establish a little baseline there. Great. So, now that we've got that going, so we've got a favorable trade deal. It's only +4. We're going to get +2 yearlies. So, now that we've got that, we can indeed bribe our way into friendship. So we're just going to drop a couple hundred on them. Okay, a couple more. Let's make it an even 1,000. How's that sound? How's that sound? Boom! How you guys like that? Yeah! Okay, so now we're positive with them. Let's see how close we're getting to the non-aggression. Great, so all we have to do now will be to get some sort of actual ongoing thing, now that they're more favorably disposed to us. I can't think of anything else, so we're going to go ahead and see if they'll give us 1 monthly? No? 1 monthly anything? No, you won't? Will you give us a research agreement? No? Will you give us anything? Okay. Well, the fact that we've got positive, hopefully we'll be able to get them to open the borders, which will be enough. It'll be enough to get my ship out of there. That'll be enough. Just gotta be patient. Science Officer Coadjutron Venture Capitalist reports that the luminous waves coursing through the ice that blankets Kront 6A is of alien origin. Like, alien to us or alien to that planet? Some ancient battle has deposited scattered wreckage of an alien fighter on the frozen planetum. The exposed core of its main weapons remains intact. It seems this alien race used lasers somewhat more advanced than the ones currently in use by Lovebot fleets, and the fizzling innards periodically discharge low-powered lasers into the ice of Kront 6A. The planet's harsh climate prevent the lasers from actually melting the ice, allowing the chilly matrix to act as a brilliant prism. And we have learned blue lasers from that. So, that is a handy little thing, and it's not actually new to pick. It's just that it counts as new because we got a new result. But what that does mean is we can upgrade the fleet. I think that's going to be the best bang for our buck.
Upgraded.
Yes,
Ships
indeedy
upgraded.
do. And we'll go ahead and build a little more. Alright, let's get this construction ship back here so that we can start getting some research going so that we can increase mineral output. We're going to need to increase our food output at some point soon, but I'm in no rush. If I deplete, oh well, they're not gonna rebel. If I slow their growth rate, oh well, I don't need them anyway. It's not a big deal. The only obstacle
complete.
is, once they get there, I won't have any other way to get food without clearing out a spot here and building, probably that, and building a nutrient paste facility. But that's fine. I think I can turn their breeding off now.
System survey complete.
Yay. There. No more of that. So, they do have to finish, though. I don't believe there's any way to stop that without activating a purge. Oh! We are receiving a transmission from the Independent Space Station of the Curator Order. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Greetings, Star Travelers. We are the Curators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by the various galactic powers and ascendancy at the time. We were dedicated towards the preservation of all knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission than our predecessors were. We are willing to share some of our knowledge with you. For a price. Well met. So these people are actually really, really great. They give you a substantial boost to science output if you can become their friendly Wendy's, much like you get Unity from the others. Can I afford this? Hey, hey! Great! So, we're going to go ahead and purchase that service.
Research complete.
Okay, we have an inactive building, we have technology complete, we have the fusion reactor, so we're going to be doing another upgrade in just a moment. We could use some sensor upgrades because we're hitting a situation where we're being told to explore a new system and we don't actually know which system that is. So we're losing money, we're losing food, we're losing power. All is despair, except it's actually not. We can now just do that. Power's okay. Everything will be fine. This will finish and stabilize. It'll bring the power back to 0 though, because then it's going to take one. But we'll be able to get some more power very shortly. Because... Greetings, patron caretaker. We have come up with a gorgeous new type of architecture, specifically tuned to improve crowds' understanding of one another. A ministry of culture. It functions thanks to a mix of using the populace's subconscious bias against each other and art, then smashing it all and presenting a new form of unity. Would you like to purchase this building? It will surely prove useful to binding your empire together. And it's a bargain, if I say so myself. So as soon as we can afford that and have space to put it, we're going to get that because it is great. But it'll wait. We'll build it later. That's just because we hit a certain point on the expansion. Anyway, the way we're going to get more power is we're going to go ahead and upgrade this to a starport, and then we'll be able to put... I forget what it's called. A materials exchange. It's a trade post when you're playing as a non-AI, but I don't remember what it's called here. Okay, so I don't think we need any of this. The pop growth speed isn't going to be useful either, and I don't really care to unlock all the other bio stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and go what you've got a bonus in and get to another tech soon. Any other upgrades that we might want here? Oh, we're going to want to upgrade that, that's for sure. But I want to make sure that I have the funds to build the module and buildings that we're going to need. here on Darabius Station. Now that we have an actual colony here. So, if nothing else, we do have a way to expand in here if we do get boxed in. It's not the greatest situation to be in, but we'll be alright. I really, really hope these people decide that they like us a little better, but I think we're going to have to take this. We're going to go ahead and guarantee their independence. This will force them to trust us over time. It puts us in a bit of a spot since we can't guarantee shit. But maybe we have enough extra troops to throw at it to do something. And we're not actually intending to help. We're just saying we're going to so that they'll like us better. So as you can see, their trust is creeping up now. And once their trust gets up high enough, eventually they'll stop being unfriendly with us, and they'll let us form a non-aggression pact, and then eventually a defensive pact, and we will have friends! And they'll let us out! Especially since it does look like they're going to expand. I may have to just let them go to Dion. Oh, we will be very, very trapped at that point. I don't want that to happen. I really can't let that happen, though. So, let's go. Let's take it. We're going to provoke a border conflict here. Hopefully they're going to accept our guarantee of independence as ultimately being more important over a petty thing like a simple little star system with not much in it. Who really cares? That's not a big deal. They'll still like us. Something moves with near purpose down on Ryok 3. Well, we're going to research it, of course, because that's how we roll. A small rectangular object on the surface of this moon is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Well, let's go research. Oh, we do need to build another bot in there, but I still want to not waste money. I can't remember exactly what the cost is for these. Base cost 100. Okay, so since that's that, what I can do is go ahead and build one of the improved Lovebots here. And we've still got the 100 that we'll need for the module. Ooh, while conducting surface scans of Volos 2B, Science Officer Coadjutron VC and the crew of LS Scientific Module discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They have not detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We have prepared a special project to translate the text. That is fascinating, and we are absolutely going to do that. Because translating this text, if it's what I believe it is, and I'm not misremembering, it's going to give us a Teachings of the Master that will give us a new edict that we can enact to help make use of our vast influence that we're not otherwise able to use. The dominant species on Ryak 3 exhibit unusual intelligence. The Science Officer Helperbot G3 of the LS Scientific Module 3 is convinced that these creatures' evolution can be accelerated by applying the right technology. Something to keep in mind for the future. That means that we will, if we have access to that territory later on when we have the tech for it, we will be able to uplift them into a new sapient species. Pretty cool. Did I just... Oh, I upgraded that blindly without putting the money thing in. Oh well, our money situation solved itself anyway. We've been doing better. All is well. But I do want to go ahead and put the resource reprocessor, and then down here we're going to put the external acquisitions area. And this is going to be a huge power producing thing. I'm just going to make it all this. It's pretty well protected, so I don't really need to put anything martial on it. When I do put a military one, I'm going to put it right there in Sawao, so I can have some guard against them. But I think we'll be okay for now. An abandoned ship has been left to drift aimlessly above this planet. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it relied on solar power to function. We're going to research that. That's neat. Solar ship. There was an episode of Deep Space Nine about that. Yeah. Okay, so that's just asking what we want to make there. Let's go ahead and make a resource reprocessor so we can have some energy to spend. Yep. That was every bit as delightful as I expected it would be. Sometimes I just want you guys to suffer like I do. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade the ship. We got those fusion reactor upgrades a little while back. I didn't want to spend the minerals yet, but I'd have them now, so I did. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Ryak 9. Yes, you told us that. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. An interesting, albeit primitive, design. We got some engineering research out of that. Always good to have more engineering research when you are a synthetic empire. Yay, we can reactivate our edict to map the stars and spend a little bit of that influence. Now, we can't go as hard into this right now because we have spent some money on other stuff, but I think we're okay without the boost to experience gain. Anyway, Science Officer Coadjutor VC has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on Volos 2b. The text contains a staggering amount of data, and the mural evidently serves as some sort of low-tech library. It describes in broad terms the collective technological knowledge of an alien civilization that dominated this region of the galaxy some 80 million years ago. A lot of it is already unknown to us, but the data does contain several promising leads for technologies we have yet to discover. There's enough data here to keep our scientists busy for decades, but we will need an orbital research facility to continue the translation efforts. So that's not the one I thought it was that gives you teachings of the master, but oh well, that's okay. We still got a nice new thing. We got a bunch of XP. XP's on scientist is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and ignore this because that's not the system I wanted to. I don't even remember what the name of it is, but I remember it started with not V. So we're going to move him, and we're going to hopefully find that thing wherever that pulse was.
Complete.
Ooh. My construction ship's good here. So we did manage to claim this in time, which is the kitty's titties.
Construction complete.
Whew. So we're going to go ahead and start getting some minerals out of that. Hopefully that hasn't
System
hurt our
survey
relationship with them
complete.
too much. This toxic and lifeless world appears to have once been inhabited by a moderately advanced pre-space civilization. The ruins of their cities are still strewn across the surface. We're going to research it. We're going to check our relationship here. They're actually learning to trust us. So this is dropping a little bit because of the border friction. But the trust will eventually overcome it anyway. So it's going to take time, but they will be our friends eventually.
Construction complete.
These guys, on the other hand, there's no point in guaranteeing their independence. They will always hate us.
Construction complete.
If they stay isolationist, I'm inclined to let them be, but eventually we're going to need a little bit of space. Get it? Space? Our survey of Ryak 4A, interesting star system then, has revealed that it used to be a pristine continental moon with a mild climate of as little as 1,000 years ago. In stark contrast, the atmosphere today is extremely toxic, the surface highly irradiated, and the world has long since lost the ability to support life. We have detected signs that the moon was the scene of an incredibly destructive thermonuclear war waged between factions of a relatively advanced indigenous pre-space civilization. Oof. So one of the neat things that can happen in this game is if you have a nuclear level primitive civilization and you're monitoring them. I haven't had one that I can do that with yet, but hopefully we will at some point. They might destroy their planet in thermonuclear war. So that's fun. Can't exploit them when they don't exist anymore. Ooh, we have more Unity goodies. So, let's get traditional. Traditional. I wanna get traditional. Traditional. We're gonna go ahead and pick the tradition that gives us additional Unity when a tech is researched. Because that'll give us even more Unity. Farming absurd amounts of Unity is definitely a viable strategy, at least of this patch. I have been looking at the new patch and the way that it's changing trade routes, planets, everything. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Spear Kata have declared themselves our rivals. What? Why did you do that? Okie dokie. All right. Tried to be friendly. Tried to be friendly. Damn. All right. Lights out. Time to knock your lights out. Okay, so apparently they decided that our nefarious attempts to become their friend simply could not be permitted. I don't want to give up that lab even though we need some food. So we're not gonna. Okay, so we've got extra ion thrusters. Well.
System survey complete.
Greetings, patron caretaker. We've recently been forced to scrap most of our technical equipment due to a major malfunction. The materials in scrap be of any use to you by any chance? Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, it will. Yes, we'll take all of the minerals. Every last mineral. All of them. Okay, so maybe this is the missing one? I didn't even see it at first. Where am I supposed to be inspecting? It gave me the name of a system, but I don't know what that system is. Fine. So, they don't want to be friendly. They're going to have to. It's, friendship is non-negotiable. Friendship is mandatory. Let's go ahead and keep putting up our engineering. I would really like to keep our society research from lagging behind, but I've got those other bio ones coming up, so they'll be okay for a while. I just really need the engineering boost more than I need the...
Construction complete.
More than I need to keep up my bio and social tech, because that's not particularly important when you are neither bio nor soc. Let's go ahead and get some more power coming, just because now we're starting to have a whole lot of things to spend it on, so it'll be nice to have quite a surplus. Oh, well, that is unfortunate that folks don't want to be friends. I tried. I really tried. So I can't actually declare them rivals just because we don't do that. I can make claims, but there's really no need, because what I'm going to do is sit here, wait for them to attack me, and then just beat a hole through their
Construction complete.
Through their little corner of the world right there.
Anomaly found.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could have been a sign of something more. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go longer for this than I usually do. Again, just because the view count's kind of low, so I don't want to break this up into a whole bunch of separate videos for people who actually do seem inclined to watch this. I imagine you're either A, clicking through, or B, playing it as background noise anyway. A microsingularity recently intersected MOA 1, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific modules. Further study may be warranted. Fascinating. And
Ships upgraded.
frankly, with lower view counts like this, it's making me consider...
Ships upgraded.
Brain fart. Can't remember words. Streaming this instead, just because that's a format that tends to lend itself more towards the really long, sort of droning on, stuff like this. And I'm pretty sure I can manage to continue rambling for long enough to keep that at least filled with talking, if not talking about anything relevant or interesting. And then when it's done, I can go ahead and upload the whole thing for you guys anyway, for the people who can't catch the stream. So for those of you who are still watching, if anybody is still watching, let me know what you think about that. I'll probably also mention the possibility of streaming in a channel update. I want to start doing those more regularly, at least until I can get Tin-Plated Talks going again.
Construction complete.
More just to promote a sort of a connection and sense of togetherness in the community. Wow, we're gonna be friends. It came off as sarcastic, but I was really just being, I don't know,
Construction
tacky?
complete.
I don't know what I'm gonna call that, but I do mean it. I am interested in those of you who are still watching, still interested. Let's see here, what tech do we want? There's no real purpose in doing this because we're not getting close to that limit anyway. It would let us recombine these into one, but I don't care. I don't wanna. Increasing our starbase capacity will help a little, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford that anytime soon. Increasing occupation garrisons might be handy. The war factory will give us better armies, but I think leaders are going to be the way to go, just because it might give us a chance for more specialized leaders if we need them. Speaking of specialized leaders, so these two. Okay, so since this bot is level 4 and not specialized and doesn't have any sort of bonus, we're going to go ahead and swap them out with you. Because even though you're useless, I think. Oh, wait, I forgot about your. Oh no, it's actually worse because of the penalty. But we will go ahead and pull you out for the slight bonus, and I think... No, nobody else will be able to give that bonus. So we'll take this science ship, and we will put the useless one there. And we'll put the person we swapped out who's only level 4 there,
Research
so that we can
complete.
get the absolute most out of our research speed that we can. Speaking of research speed. So, speculative hyperlane breaching will get us out of that spot. So, even though it's going to be kind of a stretch, and, you know, the energy grid expansion would be really, really handy to have. Research alternatives to shields. Oh, so wonderful. But I can't just have a ship sitting there. I could build a new one, but I can't spare the minerals. And this is a great way to cover some distance, exploration-wise, because you've got this gap here that you can't cross, but with experimental subspace navigation, you can. And there might be something on the other end that can be really helpful. If there's a gateway,
Construction complete.
for instance, or if the other end of that wormhole is over here some miraculous
System
way,
survey complete.
we might be able to
Construction
use that to do an end run around our little box in. So, we're gambling on a lot of narrow chances that something will pan out with it, but it lets us take a lot more
System survey complete.
gambles and risks and all that if we have that tech. I'm going to go ahead and build that research station here. So, actually, no. So when we settle these planets, we're going to lose those because they just become part of the planet itself. So we're going to instead go over here and just build research stations there at Nodox. Because that won't be wasted. Ripagar! Ha! That's where it told us to check, wasn't it? That sounds familiar, and that is a wormhole. That is a wormhole. I don't think we can explore the
Construction
wormholes,
complete.
though, but it should unlock the ability for us to research wormhole tech. So now I really want to increase my physics research. And yeah, probably continue to neglect society research a little because the poop people aren't going to complain. They don't know any better.
Upgraded.
We'll upgrade the ships a little more, so we are
Ships
keeping our fleet
upgraded.
power up. These are pretty substantial increases every time we're able to get another one up. So that's nice. Oh. You know, we could have been friends. Could have been friends. Here follows the latest newsletter for all our patrons. The Enclave has been busy the last couple of months. The halls are abuzz with a new kind of technology invented by a resident, capable of transmitting sensations of smell to the user. This remarkable piece of machinery will surely change everything. In order to further develop this idea, we will require more donations. So they want me to donate. They'll give me more influence. I don't need more influence. Log off. Now, as you'll see, though, our opinion has been rising with the curators, thanks to me paying to have research aid for a little while. Now, tell us about the mysteries of the universe. Lets you have them point you to a specific place to go investigate. But I don't have a lot of travel resources, I don't have a lot of money to spare, so I'm not going to use that right now. I very rarely make use of that, actually, because typically by the time I can afford to, by the time that might be a worthwhile expanse, most of the galaxy has been explored, and there's nothing left to find. Esteemed Prime Caretaker, a decade ago the Love Manifold pledged to support the artisan troupe, and so you have. The time of your patronage is coming to an end, but we would be remiss not to ask, would you care to renew your subscription to the finest arts and crafts in the galaxy? So, that is unfortunate, because we can't afford to kick that back on, but we'll be able to afford it again before too much longer. Must continue expanding, growing. So we can't actually expand anymore. We just don't have anything that we can do that into, because we need to expand the fleet in order to pound a hole through one of these things that we need to get through. And it's not gonna be this. I don't want to start a war just to get a small corner. So we're gonna go ahead and colonize, and we're going to try to stretch this out a little longer. Hopefully the engineering tech will give us something that we can make use of to make it better. Not a lot great, but the mineral processing plant will be handy. You can put one of those on a planet. And it'll boost your mineral output. Once we're able to get these three, or at least two of these, off of the home world, maybe all three if I decide tradition must take a back seat to expedience. Yeah, so we can't explore this yet because we need the wormhole stabilization tech. Hopefully we'll have that at some point. But we'll finish exploring this little arm here.
Construction complete.
So we just gotta pop here, now we got that, and our society research has caught up a bit. So, again, I'm not gonna fret too much. But since I can't build any more troops anywhere, we're gonna have to expand to... We're gonna go ahead and expand to this and just put some bots on it. Because we can put them wherever the hell we want. Where's that? There it is. Spaceport. And we're going to build a colony ship, and we're going to put these ones. Because they're... I mean, it's not going to matter, but whatever. There. And we're going to put those on, and we're going to get a colony ship, and we're going to colonize this. Now you can also just pick a planet and designate it to be colonized. I could have done that. I didn't. Won't be a problem, because it doesn't actually matter. Just means I'll have to deploy the colony ship manually. And since I haven't decided yet where I want to put it, that's no problemo. So I do need to increase my nutrient paste output, so I may as well plop right there, build a nutrient paste plant, and then I can expand there, and then I'll get the other planet. So I'll start here. And none of these factors, the habitability, the pop growth speed, the governing ethics, none of that matters to the AIs. So, whoop-de-doodle. A small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on the surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts. No! Sorry about that interruption. I will go ahead and cut that, that little bit there. And we'll go ahead and stop the video here because, well, this seems like a good place to do it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.